I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we're broadcasting live here from Acoustic Songs live at the WNJR studios in Washington, Pennsylvania. And we have a special Earth Day show today Happy Earth Day, everybody. Happy Good Friday. I don't know if those two things go together, but the folks in the studio, we have Jim Savarino, and Two-Thirds Goat, and myself, T. Mitchell Bell. We're all going to play some songs with the Earth theme, and I'll introduce everybody in the band, but Jim is going to kick it off for us right away. What are you going to play for us, Jim?
We're going to play a song called Nature's Song.
Nature's Song. All right, this is Jim Savarino on Acoustic Songs Live.
Well, I heard a bird in the morning singing a birdie song, and she started speaking English, said you people got it wrong. Well, you like to live in your houses when you ought to be outside, with the fields and the trees and the mountains and all of nature wide. I said, I think I see your point now, won't you come inside my door? Then I locked her in a bird cage and she doesn't talk no more, because it isn't human nature for humans and nature to get along together. Why do we even try? Give me the freeway and a six-pack on payday. You can keep the forest and the sky. Well, last night I went out walking because my car was broken down, and an old coyote on the outskirts of my town. He said, I'm glad to see you, mister. You know, I've never seen people walk. I said, that's exactly how I feel to see coyotes talk. But I think I see your point now. Won't you come inside my door? Then I locked him in a closet and he doesn't talk no more, because it isn't human nature for humans and nature to get along together. Why do we even try? Give me the freeway and a six-pack on payday. You can keep the forest and the sky. Then Mother Nature came to see me, said, I think you got my burn. My children tried to talk with you, looks like you haven't heard. So I guess it's up to me now, and I'm really quite PO'd. Time for you to leave this house, you better hit the road, because it's really human nature for humans and nature to get along together. Boy, you better try, but I still miss the freeway and a six-pack on payday, living with the forest in the sky. Yes, I know it's human nature for humans and nature to get along together. You know, I really try, but I still miss the freeway and a six-pack on payday, living with the forest in the sky.
All right, man.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so tell everybody briefly, where they can find you and everything over the internet, because we're broadcasting this live.
Okay, I'm at jimsavarino.com, or look up Jim Savarino on the interweb, and you'll find me.
Okay, cool. You guys want to get up and do one?
Yeah.
All right. We have Two-Thirds Goat here in the studio from New York, Astoria, New York, Queens. And you want to introduce everybody?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Annalise.
I'm Annalise, and I'm sort of the lead singer, but we have another lead singer, Ryan, here right beside me. He plays guitar. And then we have Dustin Braley playing us some harmonies and shaker. And then Ryan Guerra playing fiddle. And we have Hayes Smith on the dobro. He's a new addition to Two-Thirds Goat.
Okay. What are you guys going to do for us?
We're gonna
just change gears a little bit because got a little inspired by that song.
He did a Birdie song, so we're gonna do one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The song is called Little Birdie.
listening. Little birdie, why you sing that song? None of us are listening. Little birdie, say you're happy all day long, but you need to christen me into the new order of all things. Somebody's gonna sprinkle water on those wings, but it ain't me, it ain't me. It just was someone else before me while I was on my way. My little buddy, the nest is all we need. So why should I care about the new order of all things? Somebody's gonna sprinkle water on those wings, but it ain't me, it ain't me. It just was someone else before me while I was on my way.
Fly as high as me. Oh no. Above the fear of love I see. Oh.
It ain't me, it ain't me. It just was someone else before me. It ain't me, it ain't me. It just was someone else before me. It ain't me, it ain't me. It just was someone else before me while I was on my way.
Nice. That sounded great. I take the headphones off, I get a totally different perspective. It's like it's definitely like you hear everything in the headphones. It kind of seems a little distorted, you know, that kind of. But man, it's nice. All right, so I'm going to do one now.
All right.
This is a tune that was inspired by. I used to live down in Clarksburg, near Clarksburg, West Virginia. So I was driving, saw a coal train going out of town, you know, loaded up, and you know, in West Virginia, a lot of see a lot of towns with, you know, tarps on top of roofs and, you know, tires on the roof and that type of thing. And I was thinking to myself, well, where's the money train coming back? You know, it's the extraction industries in Appalachia have been taking all the natural resources out, and I was thinking to myself, well, where's the money? You know, where's the money train coming back? So that was kind of the reason for this song. It's called Earth Disease. See that cool train running down the track, look for the money, come right back. See that cool train running down the track, look for the money, come right back. Hey there, conductor, tell me, can you please, why you digging up my earth, planting your disease? See that gas line run out of town, money flowing on the ground. See that gas line running out of town. Look for the money flowing out of the ground. Hey there, gas man, can you tell me, can you please, why you digging up my earth, planting your disease? You can plant your bitterness and disgust. Now we'll plant my love and trust. See that oil well you're drilling in the ground, looking for the money that's flowing out of town. See that oil well you're drilling in the Gulf, looking for the money that's flowing underground. Hey there, oil man, can you tell me, can you please, why you screwing up my earth, planting your disease? Now you're screwing up my earth, planting your disease. You can plant your bitterness and disgust. Now we'll plant my love and trust.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Hey, I don't get to play on my own show. It's been a while. Okay, man, Jim's gonna take us into something else here. What are you gonna do, man?
Well, let's see. Yesterday I was planting American chestnut trees, and I'm involved one of the several hundreds of people trying to bring them back. And
Down on the mountaintop removal site? Is
no,
it?
no,
Oh.
no. I'm doing this. This was actually at the agronomy farm at WVU, but we well, there's plantings all over the place, and not just on mountaintop.
The
removal
Cape, the
planting.
Cape Mountain thing. I remember they were doing some plantings last year.
Yeah, so but this song is just called Trees. It's about planting trees, and also today it's playing all over the island of Bermuda. The radio stations are playing this.
Oh, this is the new one you were telling me about.
For their Earth Day. It's
oh.
old. But
Oh, okay, cool,
they're
cool.
new to them. So anyway. How green is my valley, how green it will be if we take just a moment, plant a small tree, care for it gently as the years pass by, watch as that giant reaches up to the sky. Well, a tree doesn't walk, but it gives. You might not hear it talk, but it lives, with its shade and its fruit, from the leaf to the root, from the trunk to the branches above. A tree is so easy to love. chorus is a beautiful dance, but a child of the city might not have a chance. So take up a seat, plant a small friend, a tree will be with us, standing for days without end. A tree doesn't walk, but it lives. You might not hear it talk, but it gives. With a shade in its fruit, from the leaf to the root, from the trunk to the branches above. A tree is so easy to love. A tree doesn't walk, but it lives. You might not hear it talk, but it gives. With a shade in its fruit, from the leaf to the root, from the trunk to the branches above. A tree is so easy to love. Yes, a tree is so easy to love.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All the folks, where are they playing it in Bermuda? One of the radio stations?
It's a bunch of radio stations around the island. It's sponsored by BEST, which is the Bermuda Environmental Sustainability Task Force. Had to get each letter.
Okay, we're going to have Two-Thirds Goat come back up and play a song. In case you just joined us, you're listening to WNJR Radio, Acoustic Songs Live from WNJR Studios in Washington, Pennsylvania at 91.7 FM and streaming live at WNJR.org. We also are recording the podcast that we put out on iTunes and also link up to it on the WNJR website. If you go to acousticSongs.com or WNJR.org, you can find all the links to the different websites and also the video podcast on the Acoustic Songs Live channel. So we have Two-Thirds Goat up here now, and what are you guys going to do for us?
We're going to do our song about mountaintop removal now, called Stream of Conscience. We played it on here last time we were here. We're really involved in the movement against mountaintop removal, and I'm from a small town in eastern Kentucky where 30% of my home county has been leveled now by strip mining and mountaintop removal. And it's, you know, it's a disease. It's an earth disease, like you said. And to me, being an environmentalist is not just being a tree hugger. You know, I'm the first person that'll say I'm a tree hugger. But it's being about the human condition too, and being, you know, for human survival, because we're a part of the earth, and, you know, and we're going to learn sooner or later, hopefully before it's too late, that if we destroy these resources and the place where we live, we're going to destroy ourselves. So that's sort of what this song is about.
We also just, we were approached recently by a production company about doing a music video for us. And we kind of talked about it for a while, and we were like, oh, you know, we could do a Annalise rolling in the grass, and we're sitting on the front porch, music video, or we can try to do something good with it. And so we thought, you know, we thought about Stream of Conscience and what we could do with that, and we're trying to produce this music video, short film-esque, briefly about a young girl who's, how'd you put it in the thing?
Who's it's her plight to save the land
Yes.
where she's from, and so it's the story of her.
Yeah, and so we just started a Kickstarter page to try to raise.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, to try to raise some cash to help us kind of produce it over a weekend, to go out to the mountains and film it, you know, in a
So is it
appropriate
Kickstarter / Two-Thirds Goat? Or?
It's Kickstarter.com, and then you can search for mountaintop removal.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Search mountaintop removal.
Okay.
we're still trying to figure that part out exactly. Soon enough, you should be able to search Two-Thirds Goat, or go to our website, www.twothirdsgoat.com, and on the front page, there's a link to it as well.
Okay,
and
cool.
click
And
on
our-
the Kickstarter
Our
image.
Facebook, our MySpace, we can, all those
All right,
places.
cool.
So this is Stream of Conscience.
A broken fiddle plays o'er my grandfather's grave. past and decades gone. A story I heard not too far and not too long ago.
2, 3, 4.
I don't know if I could follow that one. That sounds awesome. Oh, guys. So I met Annalise and Ryan and two-thirds go through the Appalachia Rising event down in Washington, D.C. And that was, I'll tell you, probably a highlight of my life. One of them, you know, is
that
like,
event was
I've always been on the sidelines, kind of like, you know, kind of a couch protester, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
No more war, no more this, no more that, you know. But when it came to time to putting the boots on the ground, it was like, oh, I got to go to work today, you know, that kind of thing. That was the one thing I noticed, that there were young, like kind of neo-hippie type of thing going on, you know, protesters, like I would say Earth Dog kind of folks, tree huggers, you know.
Yeah.
And then there were the older, like
conservationist type people almost. Right?
Yeah, but have been involved like
The
in
citizens,
everything.
yeah.
The citizens,
you know?
yeah, Babylon.
Yeah,
People who live in it.
and but also like even like anti-war protesters,
Wow.
people who really like social movement type of things.
Yeah.
But the people in the middle was like this age group that wasn't there. It seemed like, and I thought, well, they must be working. It was like I was like, oh, they're working here. At one point when we were standing outside the EPA doing, do your job, EPA, that thing. And they're trying to get people to come out of their building. Come on out, come on out.
I mean, you think in a democratic country like this that you should be able to get a paid day off of work once in a while to go speak your mind and stand up for what's important for all of us in this country. A paid day, but that'll never happen.
Yeah, well, I was just listening to something last night about, like, apparently if you work for the Koch brothers, these guys that are financing all the right-wing kind of anti-environmental stuff, that they actually send out this, employee propaganda to tell you how to vote, at work, and it's like, but you can't, unions or anybody else can't do that there at work.
And I guess it was the weekend before Appalachia Rising where the miners had a big rally.
It was a
and
big rally.
they were paid, right, to go to that rally, or they were given a day's work.
I'm not sure about that, but
but that does happen.
That
has happened in other protests.
The Friends of Coal guys, you mean? The Friends of Coal?
Friends of Coal, yes, that was a Friends of Coal event.
Yeah.
And I was at a protest at Marsh Fork Elementary when we were trying to get them to build a new school, and when there's a huge slurry pond right above the school, and the miners at the mine close to there were given a paid day off of work to come and ruin our rally. So they brought noisemakers, they brought their motorcycles and revved their engines. It was, the state police were there, thank goodness. Nothing really bad happened. But.
I thought a lot about like this as far as being, in this area, they're doing a lot of hydraulic fracture.
Yeah.
Gas, we're like at ground zero for that. In Washington and Greene counties, we were kind of like the guinea pigs in Pennsylvania in this whole area. Where they started back in 2003 and started.
Yeah, a woman told us last night that they're putting up like one platform a day right now is what the average is.
In the Morgantown area.
There's a lot of wells that have been permitted.
Yeah. Everyone last night at the Black Bear coffee shop come talk to us, kept talking about it. It's
Black
obviously
Bear
on
burritos,
Black Bear burritos. Yeah.
So
too many Black Bear places.
I think it's like I don't want to say like I'm anti-coal or anti-gas. It's like but they're not doing it in a responsible way. They're doing it the cheapest way possible, and that's why they're scraping the mountains. That's why they're doing that because it's the cheapest way for them to do it, and they're also what they're trying to do in terms of the fracking stuff here. They're doing it as fast as they can. If they looked at it as a resource of this is gold and let's use it wisely so we can use it to convert to an alternative form of energy and look at it as a precious commodity as opposed to something that we need to fuel the economy as fast as we possibly can, because we're spending stuff that generations and generations. It's like we came to the party and we ate all the food.
Right.
Right.
And everybody else after us gets the doggy bag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that song, "The Wasteland of the Free" by Iris DeMent?
Yes.
That's a great song. Even back in the '90s, she had it right there. You know.
Yeah.
So this tune is the one I played down at about mountaintop removal, and I had been writing it. And Jim, are you playing next?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting the rotations going.
I lost
The musical chair.
track.
While you're getting set, then I just wanted to add that much of this, the mountaintop removal mining, where you're blasting the top up the mountain, all those things you said about that we're doing it the cheapest way, and the costs are still there with the fracking and with the mountaintop removal, and the costs are the cleanup and fixing, which you, as best you can. You can't put the mountain back, but you have to do something about the poisoned water and for generations. So instead of doing it up front, they're leaving it for our children and grandchildren.
Right. That's not added into the true
No,
cost of everything.
and they'll find a way. Like BP I heard, is suing the rig for $40 billion for negligence.
So they're gonna. So even though they're the ones who are ultimately responsible, they're probably gonna make a ton of money off of it, and because they're suing the rig company for negligence.
And they'll probably use that money to help support the families whose family members have died, you know, from the BP spill.
Yeah, and the 20 billion isn't even going to touch what
a life is worth.
And
well, that 20 billion that they've set aside is
they're passing on the cost.
Really not. If you look at the total picture, they want everybody to sign off saying, "Well, we're not going to sue you," and after they accept the money, you know?
Yeah.
So they don't know what the whole 20 years down the road what will happen. I wouldn't sign. You know, that's just how I would feel.
Yeah, but it's tough if you're a fisherman who lost all that time, and you got a family to feed, and they know it, and that's what they prey on.
One more thing, as far as, you know, the cost, you know, there's this big debate about healthcare and all this talk of it in the nation. The highest cancer rates in the nation are in Central Appalachia, right where mountaintop removal takes place. And because this responsibility is not taken by anyone, you know.
We're downwind from all the coal burning fire plants and the toxic ash and everything where we are right here. So mercury is just in the soil.
Valley below, hear my stream, sins wash down on the man, washing me clean. I tend your chambers, drive your limousine, still you frown upon me.
Yeah.
All right, Jim.
Well, I'm going to play a mountaintop removal song too, but I first ran into it after being away from my home of West Virginia for a very long time. I went out west in the Marine Corps and I almost never came back. But I did. In 2001 I got back and was at a town hall meeting in Wheeling, which is my home place, and Governor Wise, of that time governor of West Virginia, was speaking, and I've been just hearing about mountaintop removal mining between the time I decided to come back and arriving, and he was explaining how they were just trying to make level places so people could live, and the people and I was ignorant. I mean, I knew that probably wasn't right, but I didn't know the whole details, and people after that meeting just filed by me, all ages, older or younger, and said, "He's lying, go see for yourself." And I did. I went down to Cape Ford, and which you've been, I think probably you guys have been, or will be, and just saw this stuff at close at hand. So I did what every songwriter does, and I wrote a song, gave it to the governor and Senator Byrd, and moved on. So you got my attention. But this is called "Where Have the Mountains Gone?" Where have the mountains gone? Carried away by the miners. They was just doing their jobs, feeding the kids while the coal companies robbed. The government says it's fine, just make them room for people to live. But I'll never buy that line. We've taken till nature has nothing to give. The coal company stole like a thief in the night. I didn't see them coming. Now all the mountains are gone from my sight. I didn't see them going. My government tells me it's good for us all. Sorry, I'm not buying. The coal company pays and my government crawls, shaking my hand while they're lying. Where have the mountains gone? Somebody stole my tomorrows. The coal company's packed and gone, leaving me here with my sorrow. The coal company stole like a thief in the night. I didn't see them coming. Now all the mountains are gone from my sight. I didn't see them going. My government tells me it's good for us all. Sorry, I'm not buying. The coal company pays and my government crawls, shaking my hand while they're lying. Where have the mountains gone? Carried away by the miners. Where have the mountains gone? Where have the mountains gone? Where have the mountains gone? Where have the mountains? Where have the mountains? Where have the mountains gone?
Man, I like that song a lot, Jim. I've heard it. I was hoping you would do that one,
Sure.
So tonight at La Bella Bean at 7 o'clock. La Bella Bean is a coffee shop in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, and 2/3 Goat is going to be playing. I don't know if Jim's going to make it or not. I'm going to be there. We're setting up the PA. And
I'm not inviting myself, but
you're invited. Yeah,
I'm happy to come by.
Yeah,
but La Bella Bean is on Washington Pike, right in downtown Bridgeville, and they're right across from, I think it's Pizza and Wings, right there on the main street. And start at 7, we'll finish at 9. Stop by, pass the hat, that type of thing. Have some coffee. Listen to some more Earth songs, and just listen to some great music. Get your Easter weekend off to a good start. Anyway, we have 2/3 Goat going to do another song for us, and what are you going to play for us, guys?
This is a new tune we just put together last month or so. It's called Ride On.
Right on.
Yeah, Ryan wrote this in sort of a response to everything that has been going on in Egypt and Tunisia and Libya, and so it's kind of a song to, he's been inspired and to inspire others.
You know, just to the amazing. Now we start talking about it for a second. You know, there's no real big difference between what's the people over there, what they're doing, and what we need to do to stop mountaintop removal coal mining and fracking. You know, it's just they do a great job in this country of keeping us happy enough that we never feel the need that we have just lost all hope and we're going to go out there and we're going to give up everything to get what we wanted. Mm-hmm. And whether it's the TV or food or all the things that just keep us sitting inside just enough, you know, and until you light a fire and there's fire coming out of your faucet, or until everybody in your family has died of cancer, I feel like sadly that's the point it's going to take before people will start to revolt in this country like they did over there to get what they wanted and to get what they deserve. We're not asking for things that aren't, you know, everyday human rights. I don't care who you are in the world. I don't care if you shouldn't have to move out of the place where you're born and where your family's been forever just because somebody else wants to use it for something. So I was kind of inspired by that and by the fact that, you know, these people got to that point and they all came together and they said, you know, we're not going to take it anymore.
Because, you know, if I could just 1 second,
yeah.
Something I like to say, or I've found to be true, is that it's never a problem until it happens to you.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the way things go in our country, unfortunately. Now, people don't understand what it's like to be foreclosed upon until it happens to them.
Yep.
People don't understand what it's like to have your water poisoned until it happens to them, you know, and if it's out of sight, out of mind, you know.
And that's the way they want it. It's exactly the way they want it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where will we find substance for our lives? Standing on the corner waving by. Remember all the things you've seen and done, and heed those lessons you were taught, my son. But time will keep us all in line, while suns and moons keep passing by. So ride on, my sweet friend, and ride on till the end. A man must leave his cage once he is free, and with his knowledge go and take the lead. They dream about a life they've never known, a distant paradise we call our home. But even ants can move a hill, but man can move nations
emotions when forced to be still. So ride on, my sweet friend, and ride on till the looking at yourself, what do you see? The shadow of a man who could be free. So ride on for your peace of mind, and leave those chains and woes behind, and ride on, my sweet friend, and ride on till the end.
Wow, that's a new one, huh? I
Yeah.
haven't heard that one.
Brand
Yes.
spanking new.
Wow. Awesome. Man, it just builds. Big, big, big.
Yeah, we love it with the full band too. It's even more fun.
Yeah, with the drums and everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like big Broadway sound. I can see that.
Totally.
Here comes Spider-Man! Whoa!
Always involved.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, right.
So there's more to the band? Is it the other third of the goat?
No, there's it
question.
depends. When we tour, we have like a band we play with in Nashville, and then this past weekend when we were touring, we had our friends Pie Boys Flat, Pie Boys as they go by. They played with us. They backed us up last weekend, and then they were playing a set after us each night. And then this whole week we're just us. So we kind of, it's hard to tour with a full band. And instead of waiting around for that day to come, we try to just keep getting out there and playing music. Whether it's sometimes it's just 3 of us, sometimes just the 2 of us, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 9.
Right.
It just depends.
It does help us to discover new things about our songs too. You know,
Yeah.
doing it in a couple different ways. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to try to follow that. I don't know if I can do that. I have to start bringing, like, more people. This is, I think this is going to be the title track on the next CD. It's called Freedom Rust. Hopefully I can remember it. I haven't played it for a while. Say pay no attention to the monkey on our back. Been there for too long, can I take it back? Years ago this land was green, we put money in the soil. The tide has turned and we learned to trade blood for oil. Put the air and skies above with mystery cocktails. Chase it down with a shot of carbon to forget it was there. And I say, dear God, please save us, wash away all of the freedom rust. They say pay no attention to the deals made in back rooms, that oil men belch and bend, choke us on their fumes. Idiots of industry suddenly are green. They advertise, it's no surprise they suddenly are green. Slave us with machinery, lie about the facts, hire evil experts, cover up their tracks. And I say, dear God, please save us, wash away all of the freedom rust. And this time it may be too late to undo the damage that's been done. Let us pray for a gentler fate for our children. The battle must be won. Whoa. They say pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And I say we must act now or the outcome will be certain. The answer is here, it's blowing in the wind. Sunshine's not a daydream, clean energy, my friend. And I say, dear God, please save us, wash away all of the freedom rust, freedom rust, freedom rust, freedom rust.
Yeah.
Yes. We got about time for one more, Jim, and we'll wrap up. How's that?
Okay, and whoops, I left my
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and
I'm sorry.
for listening to us here. At,
Well, I'll leave with a thought of, you know, we want to do something, and sometimes the gentler approach can be just as strong as force, and stronger. So I'm reminded of that by Aesop's fable, and I put that to music. It's called The Sun and the Wind. The sun and her friend, the infinite wind, went walking one day in December. The wind was inclined to be boastful of mind, got a lesson that he would remember. To the sun said the wind, you know you're my friend, but I'm stronger, I'll prove it, you'll see. Give me a test and I'll show you, 'cause no one is stronger than me. The sun, she just smiled, the wind became riled. She said, see that man down below, in a coat wrapped so tight, but if you've got the might, you'll make him remove it, I know. But when he was pleased, he whipped up a breeze, scattered the leaves on the ground. That man held his coat, for it flapped and did float, so he gathered it closer around. The sun, she just smiled, that drove the wind wild. He whistled a gale straight away. Though the man seemed much lighter, he just held on tighter. Said, my, but it's chilly today. The wind may blow and clouds may grow, storms roll over the sea, but the wind must come, and after the storm, the sun will be waiting for me. fairly howled as a hurricane flew from his lips. The wind, he grew tired, he groaned and perspired, but the man just tightened his grip. The wind said, I'm strong, I don't know what's wrong. I've howled until I was hoarse. Then the sun in the sky said, it's my turn to try, and there's more to strength than just force. Now the sun looked around, she smiled at the ground. The wind had nothing to say. The man said, it's warm, such a beautiful day. Think I'll take off my coat, be on my way. The wind may blow and clouds may grow, storms roll over the sea. But the wind must come, and after the storm, the sun will be waiting for me. The wind may blow and clouds may grow, storms roll over the sea. But the wind must come, and after the storm, the sun will be waiting for me.
Yeah.